Hello everyone, it's Alina. Welcome to my Soap General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Today on General Hospital, Trina opens up to Curtis, Marshall gets wonderful news, and Nana finds a new job. Carly shows up at Dex's seeking for Joss, but there is no answer as she bangs on his door. Joss ultimately unlocks the door and says Dex is gone. Carly comes and Joss tells that when she came here Sunny was here but Dex wasn't. Dex did leave her a letter and his dog tags. Carly asks what the note Dex left her stated. She says he departed to make it safe for everyone, and he loves her. She cries Dex said this would happen and Sunny would have to send him away for knowing too much. Carly comments Dex is right. Joss wonders how she knows Sunny didn't kill Dex. Carly says Sunny wouldn't do that, but Joss never anticipated he'd leave her mom, that he'd turn on Michael, and that he'd hurt all those who love him. Carly believes Dex is alive, that Sunny let him live because of Joss. Joss cries she won't let Sunny keep her and Dex apart, and she's been exploring this area for something from Dex's old life that will help her find him. She refuses to realize he's gone. Carly realizes Joss is devastated, but Dex is alive and everything could have gone differently. Carly feels Joss should turn part of her wrath towards her for encouraging Dex to stay with Sunny. Joss knows Dex believed in Sunny, and her mom does too, but she doesn't understand why. Carly explains for her it is because of Donna, and yes, Sunny has hurt her, but she has hurt him too. Carly says there have been individuals in her life who wouldn't quit on her no matter what, so she doesn't quit on Sunny even when he messes up. Joss laments that Sunny doesn't deserve her allegiance or Dex's. Carly says Dex understood what he was getting into and how Sunny operates, just as she does. Joss asks why everyone has to be devoted to Sunny, but he doesn't have to reciprocate. Joss blames herself in part for this situation. Carly thinks Sunny loves her, and that's the only reason Dex is alive. Joss doesn't want Sunny's affection and begs her parents to help find Dex. Carly asks Joss if she goes in search of Dex, what if she does find him? She points out Dex is free from Sunny, which is what Joss wanted, and to give Dex a chance to enjoy this new life. Joss refuses and declares she's going to find Dex and they can start a new life together. At the Quartermain estate, Brooklyn looks at the first edition of Crimson under Carly and points out deception got maximum publicity in the magazine. Suddenly Lois shows in with a surprise. Lois has brought the wedding invites from the printer, and reads the invitation to them. Brooklyn likes it and says it's wonderful. Tracy merely thinks about Gregory warning her not to clash with Lois over the wedding. Tracy blurts out that these invites are far from flawless. Tracy sees the invites don't contain the and guest provision, and she assumes this is because Lois dropped it from her proof to take a joke at her not being good enough to have a +1. Stella bumps into a distracted Marshall at the hospital. She asks if he is okay. He says he just returned from his psychiatrist, and he got excellent news that he doesn't know how to handle it. Marshall says he's been weaned off his meds, and it confirms he was misdiagnosed as he's had no instances of schizophrenia. Stella states there is no use focusing on the past, and he should thank God that he is now free. Marshall says he doesn't feel free. Lois rejects the claim, and Brooklyn says it was an error, and she shows Tracy the master proof they sent to the printer with the guest clause. Tracy insists they fire the printer, but Lois won't as it an honest error. She also tells Tracy she can bring whomever she wants, and asks who the lucky person is. Tracy says she has no one to bring right now, and she's fine with that. Tracy leaves and Lois can tell Brooklyn is anxious about her grandma. Lois assures her Tracy doesn't need anyone but Tracy. Brooklyn isn't sure. There is a loneliness in her since she lost Luke. Marshall can't believe he never once questioned his diagnosis. She says nobody did back then, and doctors were like gods. Marshall questions if what occurred to him wasn't schizophrenia, then what was it? And what if it happens again? Stella thinks what happened back then was a mystery, and people seek to solve mysteries. Marshall doesn't think it's fair he spends little time he has left hunting for answers. Marshall recognizes he may have to live with not knowing what was wrong with him, but he's been feeling better than he has in years. The weight of his diagnosis is gone, and he has to focus on today and the future. Marshall compliments Stella for listening to him, and she says it's what she does. At the Invader, Gregory and Alexis pore over their latest digital issue with Olivia's murder on the front page. Valentin appears and congratulates them on their new piece on Olivia. Alexis asks why he dropped by. He guesses Sean hasn't talked to her yet. She noticed an email from him but didn't read it yet. Valentin confesses he bought the Invader. Alexis argues he has to be joking, as he's never exhibited any interest in publishing. He says she stepped out of law and has succeeded in the field, and he offered Sean a very significant offer to help him with his foundation's objective of exposing injustice. Alexis says if he's come to take away her editorial authority and convert this into a money-making rag, then she leaves. Valentin says he wants to make money, but she's been doing a wonderful job, and he doesn't see a reason to change things. Alexis says normally new owners want to tamper with stuff. Valentin says the Invader is her kid, and he won't meddle with that. However, with Sean gone, she will need a publisher with experience. Alexis asks if he has someone in mind. Suddenly Nina arrives and hopes she's not late. Alexis presents Nina to Gregory, and Nina assures Alexis that she did not accept Valentin's offer to take over. She was as startled as everyone when Valentin told her of his idea, and she grew delighted. She is impressed with how Alexis has turned this paper around and wants to help her hone her vision. Alexis argues because she'll be following directions from Nina. Why was she dismissed from her last job? Nina says she keeps her personal and work life apart, but Drew doesn't, and he fired her to put Carly in charge to get back at her. Nina hasn't ran a daily paper, but she knows how the publishing industry works and is prepared to make this work. Alexis shakes Nina's hand and Valentin is happy. Valentin and Nina head off, and Alexis tells Gregory to go ahead and express what he's thinking. Gregory understands she's taking a risk. Alexis is but won't leave the Invader until she understands what Nina and Valentin are up to. In the hall, Nina tells Valentin she won't meddle with Alexis' work. However, she believes the Invader can use a little sexing up, and could focus a little more on the storylines readers are interested in, such as Carly and Drew. Trina arrives home and puts on a brave face for Curtis. He says he doesn't have to hide from him what she's experiencing. She says she's not hiding and is okay. He adds if there is a moment she isn't fine, she doesn't have to pretend she is. Trina observes people always ask if you are okay, and you tell them you are so as to not tell them the truth and make them uncomfortable. Curtis understands, but that isn't how it goes here or with him. Trina knows, but she is hesitant to let what she's feeling come out. She worries if she does, she'll fall apart and never be able to put herself back together again. Curtis thinks her anger and hurt can't be contained forever, and it will turn toxic in time. All that toxic anguish will penetrate to her heart and make it tougher, and the light inside her will wane. Trina doesn't know what to do with what she's experiencing. He says to share it and let it out. He had to learn to do it, it devastated him, but his family put him back together. She falls into his arms and he vows they'll catch her every time she falls. Trina feels like with Spencer gone, all the color in the world is gone too. Everything she cared about, she doesn't now and wonders if that will go gone in time. Curtis can't say, he's only here to listen. She says PCU is emailing her about whether she's coming back, and she doesn't know if she can. Curtis advises her then don't. Trina says, try telling that to Mom. Curtis understands it will take time, but even her mom will get there. He claims her mom just wants her to be happy again. Trina doesn't know how to do it aside from a miracle. She doesn't know how to keep Spencer in her life, and fears one day all she'll have left of him is the turtle dove, which she shows Curtis. Curtis suggests if she wants to keep Spencer present, then share her memories of him. And she may start with the figurine and why it's so precious. She relates the story of it to Curtis. So what do you guys think about this update? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like my videos, please click like and subscribe for more. I'll see you guys next time.